everyone, this is avivTarot and thank you for watching my channel. And today it is a video that I promised that I would do for all of the single people. And because my previous video was Are You Destined to Be Together? And that's more for people who already are in a relationship, have somebody that they're eyeing on, like with a crush, or so are you destined to be together? The singles with a crush, I feel like you could cross over to both videos. Like you could watch this one and the other one as well. But single without any crushes and you just want to know if you could be with somebody, that video wouldn't be for you, because obviously you need to have somebody that you're thinking of to be with them, right? So this one you can watch if you don't have anybody in mind and you just want to know if you will find someone. And I actually, when I was shuffling, the question I was asking the cards is will I be able to find somebody before the end of this year, or will I be with somebody before the end of this year? And so that's why singles with nobody and without anybody in particular in mind, and singles with the crush, you could watch this video. And when I say before the end of this year, I made this video timeless, and I make all my videos timeless because I feel like it's whenever you're called upon to watch that video. It's like, because I always believe things happen for a reason, right? So you came across the video, it's probably there was a message for you. And so this one also, even though I'm uploading it in 2019, it's actually really whenever you happen to come across this video, and it would be the end of that particular year. Okay, so now without further ado, let's go. I hope you already picked your cards 1, 2, 3. And before I actually go into the reading, I just want to let you know that I have an Instagram account where I do daily draws, and I also have a Facebook account, so that you could look it up and subscribe to that. Facebook is actually more a combination of, I would put everything together. So if I have a YouTube and the Instagram, so it would all be on the Facebook page, kind of thing. So yeah, and if this is a general reading, and if you want something more specifically geared towards you, you may contact me by any ways in the description box below. And I have all of the piles. Timestamp will be also in the description box below as well. And I just wanted to briefly touch upon this in case people who are wondering and watching this, like, oh my god, this is like cards that she already picked out. But no, I didn't pick them out. I swore I shuffled them, and I closed my eyes and drew the cards out. Okay, so and I have to tell you, it's amazing how today is 3 different decks, and it's crazy sometimes how cards would just, that energy, like the energy for that pile is like the same message from different decks will come up. Seriously, like if you watch my other videos, it's like that too. So I did not go through the deck and just pick out these cards to give you a message. I promise I would not do that, because why would I do that? That means I don't grow as a reader, right? And I like to have mixed messages and things I have to think about and to see what the universe wants to convey, right? So just want to put that out there. So the 3 decks that I use today, this one is the tarot deck. It's the Telema. I don't know if that's how you say it, but that's how I say it. And this is the Romance Angel and the Angel Answers card. Okay, a deck. All right, so let's get into the reading. So pile number 1. This is what you got. 10 of Swords in reverse, which is good-ish, I guess. It's up to you. And unrequited love. So will you find somebody or be with the person that you're crushing on before the end of this year. I would say this is a more direct message. It's up to you, but right now it's kind of interesting how the unrequited love came up. But it's not necessarily that it's unrequited, because it just means that it says like there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going, right? So since you're single, so obviously if you're single without anybody in particular in mind, this doesn't mean that you won't be able to find anybody, right? And plus, like, energy really changes. I purposely made the timeline kind of wide because it's like the end of this year, and so if you see this in January, it's like, oh my god, it's gonna be a long time. But only because that I think if you change your mind, change your thought, change your action, your energy changes, and you will get a different reading because something changed. And so even though you pick this pile right now, it doesn't mean that you will not find anybody, right? And plus, it's up to you. So really, I feel like the people who chose pile number 1, and also this one, 10 of Swords, is in reverse. And I mean, if you look at this, she's like, if it's upright, she's it is a girl. If you can, I'm just describing the picture, right? So she's kneeling down on the ground with like 10 swords stacked in her back, and 10 is also the end of a cycle. I feel like the reverse card is actually better than the upright winning, because all the swords are falling off, and you're actually like you're trying to get up. I feel like that's what is happening. Like you're trying to take the swords away from like all the bad things that's been happening to you. You're trying to regroup and like gather your strength and get yourself back up again. So that's why I feel like that's why it's up to you. And so maybe if you have been hurt, or there were some seriously bad stuff happen to you in your life, you're trying to get yourself back up, right? And you are coming towards the end of a cycle. So congratulations. And so for the singles without any crush, it's up to you, and you're trying to recruit. Maybe you're trying to focus on yourself a little bit more, and that's why it says it's unrequited love, because you're really trying to focus on yourself at this current moment. So maybe even if there are people that like you, you don't notice as much because you are so focused on yourself right now. So it's up to you to actually, if you want to look around and start looking, or if you want to actually take a little break from being with somebody, right? But I feel like if you're watching this video, you probably want to be with somebody. Why would you click on a video that says, will I be with someone before the end of the year, if you're not looking, right? So I guess you are looking. Then the advice to you is that you really need to open yourself up and have an open mind. And also maybe you always try to choose people who doesn't reciprocate as much. You give more than you get back. And so that's why you're always feeling like you're being stabbed and you're in the back, like betrayed, right? So you need to find somebody that will give you the equal amount of things so however amount of love that you give back, you want to at least, at the very minimum, get some back, right? Stop just giving so generously. I think I'm the same way. I give generously, and I don't care if I get anything in return. But how long can that last? Eventually, you want to have something in return. And I've learned myself, like this past year, that I actually do want something that's reciprocal, just and fair. And so I feel this is what the message is that you should find somebody who would just love you for who you are, that you don't have to try so hard and give everything, to somebody and hope that they will like you because you are so giving. And usually it's really weird. It doesn't work that way. So work on yourself. Love yourself a little bit more, because maybe the unrequited love is about you. Like, you don't love yourself that much. That if you get treated the way you treat yourself, right? So you don't love yourself equal, like the way that you're supposed to. Then why would anybody else do that, right? So I feel this is the message. And if you have a crush, and you're single and you have a crush, and you're wondering if will you be with him at the end of this year or her before the end of this year, it's up to you. And maybe he or she has done or said something that might be a little hurtful, and you're just trying to recoup from that, or they've done something that you decided to just kind of, you feel betrayed, but at the same time you're like, I'm gonna give him another chance or something like that. Maybe that's what this up to you is. It's like, do you really want to give him another chance to, see if, but I swear people don't change. And if you're feeling they're not reciprocating the same attraction and chemistry that you're giving them, maybe it is time to shift the focus onto yourself and move on. I'm so sorry if this is not what you want to hear. Or maybe find, that's the message I'm getting. So, but I mean, this is your current energy right now, because you don't care. Like, I don't care if the person likes me back or not. I'm just gonna keep it like them anyways, and that might be your energy right now. So, the unrequited love. So you might have to, it's up to you to change your focus, to change yourself, to change your mind, to change the way you think before something else can happen, right? So I feel this is the message for the people that chose pile number 1. So for all of the singles, to conclude, for all of the singles who are either have a crush or not, doesn't have all the singles that don't have a crush, will you be with someone by the end of this year? I feel like you need to focus on yourself first before you can actually be in a relationship that would truly benefit you, that truly makes you feel loved. Otherwise, you're gonna be in a pretty bad, vicious cycle that it just never ends, right? So I feel maybe you need to focus on something else, maybe yourself, your career, whatever, and not on this crush or as at the moment. And if you're single without anyone that you're crushing on, focus on yourself, and something better might be coming, right? All right, so that's pile number 1, and if it resonates with you, that's great. If it doesn't, I'm so sorry. And if you have anything that you want to share with me, you may comment in the comment section and down below. And if I have an Instagram account, Facebook page, and also this YouTube channel, so if you like this reading, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. And hopefully you'll pick a better pile, because your energy, and you changed the way you think, or you changed the way you behave and act, right? So anyways, see you next time. Bye. Okay, so pile number 2. This is what you got. Queen of Cups. Yes, with an exclamation mark. And engagement. Oh my goodness. I promise I did not handpick this. Like, going through the cards and pick them out, okay? if I pick something out, I would pick like true love or like wedding or something, right? Why would I imagine? Anyways, so no, I did not pick them out. Everything was face down. I shuffle everything for each pile and then just drew them like with my eyes closed. So, Queen of Cups, yes. And engagement. It doesn't mean that you're gonna get engaged, okay? It just means that it says your love life will ascend to a higher level of commitment. So if you're single, you will find somebody. Yay! Yes, right? Yes with an exclamation mark. If you are single with somebody that you are kind of like eyeing on, crushing on, I guess the next step is you're going to be each other's boyfriend, girlfriends. You're going to be each other's partner before the end of this year. I can't really say like exactly when, but it could be like tomorrow or it could be like the last day of this year, right? It depends on you and how you move forward. And maybe we could do a different pick apart card reading, like how do you make your relationship move forward and that kind of thing, right? Advices and that kind of thing. So, but it's not in this reading. This reading is just, will you be with somebody before the end of this year, and maybe some advice. Okay, and how to make that happen, right? So, for pile number one, there is advice how to you know move on or whatever. How do you get somebody to come into your life? But this one, it doesn't really give you as much of that advice, except for because the tarot card will give you a little bit more of that advice, because these two doesn't really say anything. It just says yes and engagement. Okay, so I feel like if you want to make your life ascend to the next level, the Queen of Cups, I guess you need to express your emotions, but in a calm, affectionate. I'm sure you're already doing that. That's why it's this. But if you're not, you're like scared or fearful of expressing something to somebody. Well, this is your affirmation that you could do that. But I mean, don't do it like so abruptly, like, oh my God, feel it out a little bit too, right? Because you get this card and just all of a sudden go and talk to somebody and say, oh my God, I like you and will you be with somebody? And they shoot you down. You're going to be like, what the picker card said, I'm going to get a good result, right? But, you know, keep in mind that this is general. So most of the people that choose pile number 2, you're probably going to resonate with this a little more. I feel you're offering your cup to somebody. Look how calm she is. So I feel, because it's not a page, it's not a knight, and I'm not a king. It's a little bit more of that feminine energy, that the softer energy. So and plus it's a cup, so it's about your emotions, how you feel. So I feel like you have to be a little bit more emotionally stable. Don't be crazy. And just be really, how should I put this? I think that motherly, unconditionally love type of thing. And I almost feel also like if you're like you're taking care of yourself, you're very in tune with your own emotions and that kind of things. And that's why you can actually offer your love to somebody now, right? You probably have healed a lot of things that you know, were trying to, obstacles and stuff like that you were trying to work through, and now you're there. And so, yeah. Or I don't know, maybe we're just like spring-ish. I mean, right now when I'm uploading this, but I don't know when you're gonna see this video, but maybe try to go to like somewhere where close by water or something like that. Maybe if you're single, you might meet somebody there, maybe. Somewhere where there's like these lotus, I guess. or like with this fishy thing. So like somewhere by water, that could be like a message too. So I think if you do have a crush that you're wondering about, it's yes and the engage. It will go to the next level, and just keep your cool, keep calm, keep at what you're doing. I mean, whatever you're doing is working, so keep at it. And the singles who are not having anybody right now, whatever you're doing also is working. You have high vibrations. You're happy all the time. It's working. I don't have that much things to say about this pile anymore, so that's it. Okay, so congratulations. If you have anything that you want to share with me, you may comment in the section below. And I have an Instagram and Facebook page, and also this YouTube channel, so don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to my channel and or page and Instagram. And I will see you next time. Bye. Alrighty, so pile number 3. You have 8 of Swords reversed. Compromise. And finances and career. So, if you're single and you don't have anybody, or if you're single with a crush, will you find somebody before the end of this year? I don't know. It's like, I think you have other things on your mind. I wonder if you came across this video just to see, like more like a curiosity. I don't think this is something that you're very concerned about at the moment. I feel maybe your finances and your career are more important to you right now, actually, than trying to meet somebody before the end of this year. But if that's not the case, and you are single and you are looking, then there's going to be a lot of compromises with the person that if there is going to be somebody coming in, there's going to be a lot of compromise. I don't know if that's something that you're looking for. Maybe because you have a really high standard, or maybe whatever you're looking for is not really realistic. Or maybe if you have a crush, maybe because it's a crush, so that means you don't really know that person that well. So you might be projecting a lot of things that you imagined up that you think this person is going to be like, right? And so when you are together, there's going to be some compromises because this person might not turn out to be the person that you think he or she is, right? 8 of Swords, when it is upright, it is about, the traditional Rider-Waite is this woman that's being blindfolded and she's tied up, right? But the rope is actually loosely tied, and so she could actually get out of the trap if she wants to, and she could just take off her blindfold and walk out of it. But so the Swords is a lot about thoughts and thinking. And when it's reversed, I think, even though it's reversed, I feel like you are still very up in your head. Like, there's a lot of fear. Or maybe you are aware of it now, that there are a lot of fear in you, and maybe you are aware now that a lot of things that you think about are not necessarily true, or a lot of things that you think about are, not necessarily true. For example, like if you have a crush, you imagine him to be this, and that, and you realize that's not true, right? Could be good or bad qualities. And you are trying to to overcome your fear. But it's really all in your head, like in your thoughts. And so I think you are trying to think in a different way, right? You are trying to think of things a different way, see things from a different perspective, and maybe you're trying to take off your blindfold and trying to get back up. It's very, very similar to the first one, because that one is also 10 of Swords and she's trying to get back up. But that one is more kneeling, and this one is like you're sitting. If you're upright, you're sitting there. You're pretty comfortable just sitting there, right? But maybe you are slowly trying to get up and trying to take this off, and like you realize everything is up in your head. So either I feel maybe the person that you are crushing on is not the way that you think he or she is. And so there's going to be a lot of compromises. So you don't even know if you want to be with this person at this moment before the end of this year. And if you're single, maybe there are a lot of things that's blocking you from meeting somebody, right? Like you have, like what I was saying, you have a lot of high standards, a lot of unrealistic standards, maybe that you want this person to be finance and career stable, which is, I think, reasonable. But if you want them to have a certain amount of money and have a good job, I think that's reasonable. If you have like, this person needs to be the CEO of some company or have like millions and millions of dollars, and that might be a little unrealistic. So maybe you need to realize that and compromise. So maybe instead of millions and millions and millions of dollars, you could just be like, we could comfortably live without having to worry about money. If CEO of some company, maybe not the CEO, if just like a supervisor would be good, that has a lot of potential to become a CEO, a little bit of compromise. Then I think it is possible for you to meet somebody or be with that person before the end of this year. So for pile number 3, I feel like it's a little bit more of an advice, whether if you can be with someone or somebody before this end of this year. So it really is up to you to to come out and realize that your thinking might be the reason blocking you from meeting or be with somebody before this end of this year, before the end of this year. And there will be some compromises, and you're going to have to weigh it out and see what is more important to you, right? Is it, or you're thinking about, it doesn't even have to be finance and career, but if compromise, like talking about this one and this one together, maybe about unrealistic expectations or whatever. Maybe you're thinking like, this person needs to be like a combination of like this movie star with this and have the voice of this awesome singer, and then the money of this awesome great millionaire, billionaire, that kind of thing, like a combination of whatever. Like weigh it out and see what is the most important thing that you want. And so maybe and then compromise a little bit, and not like, if there's like, oh, I really care about money, but that has to be $1 million or above, maybe come back that like what I was saying, maybe just as long as we're comfortably and we have a roof over our top, and I can buy things that I really want to, not like super expensive like brand name stuff, but like things I like at the store, I would be able to afford without having to have to save up for like months, right? If you could find somebody that could provide you that kind of comfortability, and you're like, okay, that's good enough, right? So I feel like that's what that compromise is about, and like you need to weigh it out and see what is the most important thing to you. And maybe also, I don't know if this is about like what you're looking for in that person, but it could also mean like you are also currently working on your finances and career, and so you aren't really looking as much Although I guess if you're looking at this video, you are maybe thinking about it, unless what I said at the beginning of the video, that you just came across it and you're like, this is interesting, but you're not necessarily, you're just like curious, but you're not really like looking. Then maybe this is about you, like, you know, you are really focused on your financing, your career right now, and so it's not as big of a deal if you find somebody before the end of this year. But I don't know, that doesn't really make sense if we actually have these other two cards. So yeah. What else? It just came to me that maybe if you're single and you're looking, right, maybe the person that you're looking for is you can find him. Maybe you're thinking about, oh, I really want an artistic person, somebody who's very artistic or whatever. It doesn't mean that finance people and whatever people are not artistic, but maybe the compromise is about, like, you might meet somebody who is very career oriented or in the finance area of things, and or who might be like to think a lot about things, and it's not really what you like, but maybe that's a compromise too, like that this might be the type of people that you'll be meeting. Or career, you might be meeting somebody at your work or workforce, right? Or maybe when you're going to a bank, like that might be somebody that you'll meet, like, to be with by the end of this year. So like, but again, you might have some unrealistic expectations or thoughts of like the kind of people that you want to be with or meet. Gotta compromise a little bit. Then you'll have that person before the end of this year, right? So I feel that is all of the message for now for pile number 3. And if this resonated with you, that's great. If it doesn't, this pile's not for you, or this video is not for you, and you may choose a different pile or find a different video. In my video thing, I don't have that many up right yet, but I will. So if you have anything that you want to share with me or tell me, you may comment in the comment section below. And I have an Instagram and Facebook account, so you can also subscribe to those. And don't forget to like, share, or subscribe to this channel. So yeah, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.